Live. What's going on, everyone? Thank you so much for tuning in this time. Everybody that's here, I greatly appreciate it. Anybody watching the replay, thank you so much. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Well, Lakers, as the title said, got absolutely dog walked. I mean, this was embarrassing. The game was over basically at halftime. You saw the game just immediately get out of hand, right? Like Lakers go, all of a sudden the tip-off happens. They're down 9, then they're down 15, then they're down 20, then they're down 25. Then all of a sudden it's just, at one point they're down 38 or something like that. It was not a good game. This shows a couple things, right? One, Lakers aren't there yet, right? Now it's one game, look, Lakers did this to OKC last year in OKC, but last year was not this year, right? And the Thunder knew that. You don't think the Thunder knew the narrative and the conversation going on and don't remember hey, you guys smacked us last year on this home court. We're not going to take you lightly this time, all of that. They had the game plan. They're you got to understand, they're beating everybody by double digits. It's not like this is just a Laker thing. This is what the Thunder do. Now, not 40, but, just beating teams by double digits. But the Lakers in particular, I talked about it going in the Atlanta game, right? I said, don't sleep on Atlanta because Atlanta still has the Lakers kryptonite. The Lakers struggle mightily. And look, Lakers have had OKC's number the last few years. Again, last few years, not this year. The Lakers have struggled mightily the last few years against athleticism, speed, transition, and athleticism out on the perimeter, right? And guess what OKC is? They're a bunch of 6'3" to 6'5", hyper-athletic, Energizer Bunny type guys. Every time somebody touches the basketball, you got 2-3 guys just swarming you, right? And then you make the pass, and then that guy's got 3 or 4 guys because they have the speed and athleticism to get back. I said it all off season. I said it in preseason. I said it even when the Lakers were, 7-3. Lakers need a trade. They need athleticism. Now, I don't think judging this game, you look at this game and you're like, man, Lakers, tear the whole thing down and rebuild, right? Trade everybody that's not named Luka. I don't think it's that serious, right? Look, OKC, you credit them. Best defense in all of basketball for a reason. They locked us up, right? Luka Doncic, Austin Reaves. Again, another team struggles against ball pressure, right? It's a game, so I don't want to overreact, but Austin Reaves, these are the type of teams Austin Reaves usually struggles against, and especially come playoffs, right? Now, speaking of playoffs, I do think things are different in the play. You saw it in the playoffs with the Thunder. Thunder were the best transition team, all of that, offense, all of that. Right? And then you got to the playoffs and things start slowing down, which plays in the Lakers' favor more. Right? Things get a little more physical, which doesn't usually play into Austin Reaves' favor, but for Luka, LeBron, things like that. Also, you didn't have LeBron for this game. Now, I don't think LeBron, having LeBron helps us win this game, right? But I don't think this game would have been as out of hand. You probably still lost. I don't think you get ran through the way that we did because LeBron's big, strong, physical, athletic, right? He's the guy that's going that you Austin Reaves is struggling bringing the ball up. Give the ball to LeBron and let LeBron bring it up and just use his size and his strength, stuff like that. Let OKC's guys try to punk LeBron James. It's not going to happen, right? So again, you would have gotten some things different in this game than what they got. But this was a bad game. Again, I don't want to take away from OKC. OKC absolutely dominated us, right? As the title says, we got dog walked. However, Lakers didn't play particularly well, period. Right? Guys didn't shoot the ball very well. Rui Hachimura, right? He's been absolute lights out money. He had a couple wide open looks that he just missed. Austin Reaves continues to shoot poorly from 3. That's something, the 5 turnovers, Luke had 4 turnovers, right? Got to do a better job of taking care of the basketball. But Austin Reaves got to do a better job shooting the basketball. Again, Luka didn't shoot the ball well, period. But Austin Reaves, even before he came back from injury, was struggling to shoot the 3 ball. So Austin Reaves has struggled to shoot the 3-ball, period, this year. He's just been more aggressive and downhill and stuff. This is a bad matchup for Austin Reaves, and it showed. And my concern is come playoff time, right? Those are the kind of things that are just concerning from that level, right? Again, Lakers need a trade. I've said it all season. People keep saying, Tyler, why do you always talk about trades? Tyler, why do you still mention trades? Even when the Lakers are, 8-3 or whatever, people are still, why are you talking about trades? Again, we need them. That's why. Why do I continue to talk about trades? Because we're not a perfect team. There's a lot of things that this team needs. There's things that we need to improve on. There's things that we need to get done. The trade needs to happen. It just does, right? So my hope is that the Lakers pull stuff off. Now, again, I don't think the Lakers need to completely tear it down and rebuild, right? Like I said, bad games happen, blowouts happen. It's part of the game. Again, the Lakers did this to OKC last year in OKC and then almost did it again, but then the NBA decided to eject Luka Doncic, right? Did that mean the Thunder weren't a contender? Did that mean the Thunder, needed to tear it down? No. Again, things happen, right? Context is important, but we're not there yet, right? Lakers have work to do. They need to improve. They need to get better. Lakers need, like I've said, they need probably about 2 guys. If you could get like an Andrew Wiggins and a Keon Ellis, that would do wonders for this team. Wonders for this team, right? 3-ball is very prevalent in this league. You've seen more and more every year. Teams just get blown out. Like, it's part of the game, right? I don't think that this is panic mode. I don't think this is Chicken Little, the sky is falling. I don't think it's anything like that. But they do need a trade. They need it. They lack athleticism, right? It's why I said, watch out. They could lose to the Hawks because it's a bad matchup. And guess what? They went in there and they lost to the Hawks. Again, it's on video. I said, hey, Lakers should win this game, but if Atlanta does this, they can still win it. And they did that and they won, right? Lakers don't have the athleticism necessary out on the perimeter. It's why, as much as I love Rui Hachimura, you got to trade him, right? Because could you imagine in the playoffs him having to chase around these guys in a 7-game series? He's getting cooked. Like, I love the guy, but it's the reality. He's getting cooked, right? Lakers need like 2 guys. They need either one high end and one kind of mid-tier guy, like an Andrew Wiggins, Keon Ellis, or they need like 3 kind of mid-tier guys, like an Ellis, Highsmith, and Thibault, right? Guys like that. They just give you athleticism, give you defense out on the perimeter. LeBron's going to help with a lot of that because he's still our best athlete, right? Like, he's still our best athlete. He's going to help out on the perimeter. We've seen him lock down and be the defensive anchor, which I think will help. So somebody like that. Adu Thero has potential to maybe help in that regard because he's probably not named LeBron our best athlete, but he's very young and raw. I don't want to be too reliant on him. I don't want to have to, count on him doing something crazy. So again, these things happen. It's frustrating. I hate it when it happens. It's just, and the worst part is I actually have to watch those games because I need to know like details and things that happen and plays, stuff like that, so I can make videos and break down tape and do all the things that I do for this channel. So like when I'm watching games like that, all I want to do is just turn the TV off and I'm just like, oh, so that just shows how much I love you guys because I actually watched that game start to finish. And it is brutal, let me tell you. But on a bright note, probably wishful thinking, but Dalton Knecht finally woke up. Now, again, he woke up when the game was over and it was irrelevant, but he's done that. Yes, he's done that on several occasions this season, but not from 3. His issue has been his 3-point shot. He has been terrible. I mean, god-awful from 3. God-awful from 3. But he was 4 or 5 from 3-point range in that game. Now, again, I understand it was garbage time. It was irrelevant. Who cares? But maybe, just maybe, and this is might just be me wishful thinking. I get it. But maybe, just maybe, that will kind of wake him up a little bit. Maybe that'll kind of, be the swing I've talked about it. Like, I think Dalton Knecht at some point is going to have like a 20-point game or something like that, just because it's just how it works. But, you know, it'd be nice if he could kind of wake up a little bit. I'm not saying he's going to go and average 4 made threes a game, but just kind of wake up a little bit. It'd be kind of nice, even if it's just to raise his trade value for us, right? Like, even if it's just to kind of boost that value. But anyway, enough of my rant. Let's get into all the super chat questions, all the regular chat questions, all of that stuff. Real quick, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let's get into it. Starting us off, Cypher coming out the $5 super chat. Thanks so much, buddy. I really appreciate that. As always, this is a game where you would have benefited from having LeBron on the court. Absolutely. At least the game would have been closer. He would have drawn more attention. Yeah, I mean, obviously, yes, you're right. He would have drawn more attention. But it's also just his ability to handle the basketball, his ability to be on ball, right? I mean, LeBron can be pretty turnover heavy too, right? We've talked about that in the past, but it's just, it gives you a guy that has the size and the physicality and just the athleticism stuff to kind of match. It just would have given you a counterpoint. Austin Reaves is struggling to bring the ball up. Put the ball in LeBron's hands. Luka's having his struggles. Put the ball in LeBron's hands, right? LeBron James is still LeBron James, right? And it would have helped. I don't think that Lakers win this game, even with LeBron, but I think it would have made things a lot closer, right? You know, and I don't mean like, oh, you lose by 30 instead of 35 or whatever. I'm talking like, you know, like this might have been within range. Maybe the Lakers even get in a range a couple times, plus his ability to create and hit shots and, you know, do everything like that, right? Like, you know, Luka and Reaves don't have it tonight. Give me the rock, check ball. This would have been a great game for him to go get 30. Right. And you know he could, because he's just bigger, stronger, and faster than everybody on the basketball court, even at his age. Right. Again, Luka didn't have a particularly great game. This was his worst game of the season. Not probably, it was his worst game of the season. Also, Reaves didn't have a particularly good game. Like, this was bad all around. You know, credit again, OKC. Don't want to take away from OKC, but Lakers didn't have a very good game. Period. Shoot the basketball. Period. But appreciate you, Cypher. Samurai Jack, nothing there, but you sent another one, so I'm assuming this is what you meant. But I appreciate you for both of the super chats. Thank you so much. Can we only beat bad teams? Time to panic? No, not at all. Not panic mode yet. Like, again, the pendulum swing. It's not overreact. It sucks. It happens. 3-point shot is very prevalent in this league. And you got to keep in mind, this is what OKC does. OKC, they don't win games unless it's by double digits. They smack teams. That's what they've done all season. Playoffs is a very different beast. Game slows down. You even saw it with OKC last year, right? OKC, best transition team, blowing teams out, smack. And guess what? They almost lost on several occasions because the game changes. It slows down, all that stuff. Again, I don't think it's panic mode. Also, last season, again, the Lakers, and again, I understand it's last season, but last season, the Lakers did this same thing to OKC in OKC. Right? Was it time for OKC to panic? No. Again, it sucks. It's frustrating when you're in that moment, right? Because you're just like, oh, come on, man. But this is what OKC does. Once they get out on you, that's it. They just pull away. And so and we haven't beaten just bad teams. I mean, we've beaten good teams. So I don't think it's anything like that. Lakers will be fine. LeBron James would have done wonders in this game. You'd need some trades, absolutely, as I've talked about. That's been known since the offseason, but I don't think it's like panic mode. You know, losses happen. Lakers definitely have some glaring issues, but they've had those issues for years now, and they've had those issues going into the offseason. But I appreciate you. Cypher coming out with another $5 super chat. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I'm not worried about anything until we are fully healthy and we have a good sample size to see where we were at and when at full strength. Yeah, I mean, obviously you want to see kind of the full glance, the full picture, right? Lakers do have clear things that they need to address regardless, right? Like, LeBron helps a ton with the athleticism, the defense, rebounding, right? Like, LeBron is going to help correct a lot for the Lakers, but he's not the cure-all, especially at this stage of his career. You know, if this was 27-year-old LeBron, we might be having a different conversation, but he's going to help a ton. But Lakers still have clear needs. Like transition defense, still an issue. Even though they've been better this season, it's one of those, like, you can see it starting to average out. You see it starting to rear its head. Teams are starting to push the pace more. Like, there's a formula to beating the Lakers, and it's been a formula for years, right? You push the pace, you jack up threes, you win the 50-50 balls, and you get out in transition. And the teams that are capable of doing that, Lakers usually struggle against. Lakers usually get beat by. Atlanta. What did Atlanta do? They pushed the pace. They shot a bunch of threes. They won the 50-50 balls. They got out in transition, right? Like, teams know, not all teams can do it to the level that an OKC and stuff can do it, but teams know, like, hey, if you want to beat the Lakers, here's the blueprint how. Lakers need to correct some of those things. I don't think the Lakers need, like I said, I don't think the Lakers need, like, tear it down to the stud, trade everybody not named Luka. But I do think that you need about 2, maybe 3 guys. Like I said, we'll see how much LeBron can mask. 2, we'll see what a Dude Thero can bring, if anything. Again, I don't want to be too beholden to a rookie. And, we'll kind of see, like, what ends up becoming available. But, yeah, I don't think it's, Chicken Little, the sky is falling yet. Appreciate you. Cosmo, coming out $2 super chat. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. F them. They good, but I hope they lose every game. No, I feel it, Cosmo. Like, this is a bad beat. It happens. It's frustrating. Look, like I said, we're not there yet. That doesn't mean we won't get there, right? It doesn't mean that we're, my problem isn't that they lost the game, right? Like, losses happen. Even if the Lakers lost the game, I still might have had a different conversation, right? We'd be talking very different. Like, the Lakers lose a hard-fought game, and it's like, ooh, like SGA hits a game winner or something like that. You kind of just write it off. Kind of just go, man, like, we were right there. You took the loss, but hey, it was a good loss, right? Type thing. But this was a good old-fashioned behind the barn whooping is what this was. This was a good old-fashioned, like, get ready to, it's over type thing. But I appreciate you. Let's get into the regular chat until some more super chats trickle in. Embarrassing, yes, to put it lightly, to be nice. I'm not trying to make a joke. Trade Reaves. It can't be. Oh, sorry, my neck. He can't be a second option when playing good teams, but his trade value is high enough to get a fringe all-star in return, Mikal Bridges or Garland or Ja. Problem is that you don't. Like, I've talked about this before, right? I'm not against trading Austin Reaves. One, you have to make sure Luka and LeBron are healthy. You need to wait till LeBron gets back. You need to make sure he stays healthy, right? Like, I don't think Lakers can trade Austin Reaves right this second, even if they wanted to. But 2, the biggest problem is getting the value for him. Yes, his value is probably higher than it's ever been because of how good he's been this season. But the problem is he's still making $14 million. The New York Knicks could call right now and be like, hey, we'll give you Mikal Bridges and OG Anunoby for Austin Reaves. You can't even trade for 1, let alone 2, right? Like, they could say, hey, we'll give you Mikal Bridges and 5 first-round picks. I don't even think the Knicks have 5 first-round picks, but I'm just saying, right? Like, they could say, hey, the Minnesota Timberwolves could be like, hey, we'll give you Jaden McDaniels and 5 first-round picks, right? Like, we'll give you whatever you want, and you can't do it, right? The problem that the Lakers have with Austin Reaves, and the reason why I don't think you can trade him this season, is he's too cheap. You can't get the value necessary to get him. Can't get to justify the trade, right? And even if you were to trade him for like Jaden McDaniels, you still need other things. So let's say you did a Austin Reaves and a Rui to go get that done. Well, now that's one less guy you have to go get the other things you need. So I just don't think you can do it this season. Dog walked. I mean, that was a nice way to put it. I could have put it this way, but it's YouTube. Kevin. So 2 things. 1, I don't want to see this OKC team again until the Western Conference Finals. 2, this showed how badly we need LeBron and other moves to be a true contender. Yeah, I mean, again, Lakers need athleticism. They need two-way capability out on the perimeter. They need guys that can knock down the three ball. Lakers, like one of the big things, and I have the video already recorded for tomorrow morning on the Lakers show channel, but Lakers are number one in 2-point field goal percentage. Right? They're like number one, I believe, in total field goal percentage. But they're 21st in 3-point percentage, right? They're 21st in threes. They're the best 2-point team in all of basketball, but they're towards the bottom as far as 3-point range goes. The reason they're so good for 2-point range is because of Luka, Austin Reaves, and then even guys like DeAndre Ayton, Jackson Hayes, right? Rui Hachimura is shooting like 80% from the mid-range and stuff like that. So, but you play a team like OKC. OKC, best defense in all of basketball, but one of their kind of weaknesses, surprisingly, is 3-point defense. They haven't been good at defending the three this year. It just so happens the Lakers are one of the few teams that can actually punish them. OKC is one of the best. They might be the best interior defense in all of basketball. Lakers like to operate on the interior, but they're not good enough from the exterior to punish OKC to where now OKC has to spread out, and now you can punish them on the inside, right? Play the outside in game against OKC. Like you saw, like Indiana, they're hitting threes, dumping it down, like, creating penetration, kicking out. Like Denver, same thing, dump it down to Jokic. Jokic is so big on the inside, they have to swarm and kind of contain him. He's kicking out to shooters and stuff like that. Like, but Lakers don't have the two-way guys. They're just one-dimensional. So it's why you need guys like, like I said earlier, like the names that I mentioned, just kind of names I'm throwing out. But like, a Keon Ellis, a Miles Bridges, you need like two of these guys, like Andrew Wiggins, right? Can you get an Andrew Wiggins and a Keon Ellis, or a Miles Bridges and a Keon Ellis, something like that. This wasn't even embarrassing. This was just OKC being this good. I mean, look, they are. I mean, this is what they do to everybody. Our defense is legit, dog. 3 after 3 after 3 after 3. This is going to be a long season. Yeah, Lakers, that's 3-point. Again, they lack the athleticism out on the perimeter. They lack the two-way capability. Who we pitchforking? No one yet, Block. Put the pitchfork away for right now. We'll come back to that. We don't need LeBron. Let's see. You said how many players is OKC missing? How many players is the Lakers missing? And not one player on OKC is as good as LeBron James. So it's not pretending like, Reaves and Luka as our duo for the future. Again, I don't want to look. Both guys have been incredible this season, right? It's one game. I don't want to even Austin Reaves, and I'm labeled a Reaves hater. But again, I don't want to overreact. It is concerning because Austin Reaves struggles against this type of ball pressure. So it's definitely a concern, right? But how much of this was just a bad game? Because, I mean, Luka usually torches the Thunder. Usually, I mean, even when he was on Dallas, he usually loves to play the Thunder because he's just bigger than all their guys. So it doesn't really bother him. Like, even Luka had a tough game this game, right? So, I don't want to take away from OKC, but how much of it was just like, hey, this was also just a bad game. I think it was a combination of things. Usually when you lose this bad, it's a combination. Usually when you lose this bad, because Lakers aren't like the Brooklyn Nets, right? Lakers are a good team. Like, even if they're not a contender, they're still a good team. Good teams don't lose this bad unless it's a combination of things. But lack of athleticism rearing its ugly head. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Lakers need a duo and Braun back. A lack of athleticism was seen tonight with the Lakers team. Yes, 1,000%. They too fast. They are. They got the athleticism, the speed, all of that. Looks like we'll need to call Sac New Orleans to grab Herb Jones and Keanu. Sacramento's supposed to do a fire sale. That's another video I already have done and recorded, but we keep getting like Laker news and stuff, so I've kind of pushed that off. But yeah, I definitely want to do. Like I said, I already have the video done for the Sacramento, and I want to do a video breaking down Keon Ellis and a potential trade for him because he makes a lot of sense. Herb Jones, I'd like to consider too, but there hasn't been word on him yet. Herb Jones, we can't trade for also till I think December 15th. I think is when he becomes available. Trade Lee Reaves for Laurie. It's time to add salary to make it work. The problem is like Laurie doesn't solve like. Laurie gives you the floor space and 3-point shooting, but he doesn't help with the athleticism and defense on the perimeter. Like, I don't think Laurie's the answer. I know a lot of people really like Laurie Markkinen, right? I don't think he's the answer. Lakers have a very clear and specific need, and they keep doing things like, hey, let's go get a Laurie Markkinen rather than addressing those needs. You go get a Laurie Markkinen, you still have that glaring hole. You still have that issue. That's kind of what this felt like, playoff Reaves. Like I said, I want to be fair to him because he has been so good this season. Luka wasn't great either. Was this just a game, or is that really Austin Reaves? We're gonna find out. Like I say, we're not better without LeBron. Reaves is a jag, just the guy. I mean, he's very good at the game of basketball. Is he a superstar? No. Like, that's why I'll get to that in a second. Rui, Gabe, Maxey, Dalton for Miles Bridge and Josh. I would give up whatever I had to get those two guys. I think if I'm not mistaken, Josh Green is out for, I think it's Josh Green. Yeah, I think it's Josh Green. Isn't he out for like 2 months or something like that? So I don't know if you could get Josh Green too, but I would love it. But back to kind of the Reaves thing, right? Like, again, I've always maintained, as somebody that's a Reaves hater, I've always maintained Reaves is a very good basketball player. He is. He's borderline all-star level, right? This year, he's playing like an all-star, right? And I wouldn't be shocked if he makes the all-star. But Austin Reaves is a very good basketball player. But he's not, the problem is like the Reaves stands make him out to be a superstar. They make him out to be, a top 15 player in basketball. He's not that. He's a very good basketball player. On any given night, he can go, any given night, he can go win you a game. On any given night, he can, be your best player. On any given night, like, he is a very good basketball player. There's no doubt about that. But he's not, like, he's more than just a guy. He is. He's very good. But he's not the superstar. Like, the problem is like, you have these two extremities, and I've talked about it before. Like, you have, and I'm not talking about you, Christian, but I'm saying, like, you have the extremities where people are like, oh my God, this is the second coming of Michael Jordan, the great white hope. Oh my God, like, forget everybody else, trade Luka or LeBron. Like, they're just so over-exaggerative on Austin Reaves. And then you have another side that's like, Austin Reaves is absolute dog water, dude's trash, worst player in the league. Neither are correct. There's nothing wrong with being like, hey, he's a really good basketball player, but he's not like the guy, right? Like, if he's your best player, you're probably in trouble, right? Like, you're probably, you probably make the playoffs, but you're probably not going very far, right? Like, again, Austin Reaves is a very good basketball player. He's better than 90% of the league, but he's not what the stands make him out to be. Again, there's nothing wrong with giving a fair assessment. You can be a stand for somebody and be willing to go to war for a guy, but be honest. Like, hey, he's really good at the game of basketball. Austin Reaves is exactly who I thought he was. Only plays good against scrub teams, gets exposed by great teams and defenses. I mean, I wouldn't say just scrub teams. Like, I mean, he smoked Minnesota twice. He struggles with on-ball pressure and athleticism. He's done it for years, right? He's a guy, when teams have multiple guys that they can throw at him and really get in, the refs let them really get into his chest, really get into his pocket, Austin Reaves has his struggles. It's what happened in the Minnesota series, right? Like, they were able to get into his jersey and really kind of apply that pressure and get physical with him. and it was bad. This was a pretty bad Austin Reaves game for sure. Yeah, without a doubt. Reaves to the bench. He's not that good. He can't shoot three wells. He's inconsistent from threes, which is something that he definitely needs to work on. He really does. This dude finally shows back up after the Warriors finally win a game. After Jimmy Butler was ready to like burn the Warriors organization down, and Draymond Green is ready to fist fight everybody. You need to worry about your team imploding, my guy. Don't worry about the Lakers. Man, this is why I'm hesitant to give Reaves that money. Yeah, I mean, again, he struggles with the ball pressure. Like I said, I don't want to overreact to a bad game. This is a bad game around, not just on Austin Reaves. Luka had his issues too, turning the ball over, all that stuff. He was having his struggles as well. Like Kevin even said, to be fair, Luka looked bad too. I want to try to give him the benefit of the doubt. I mean, Amaris, most of the people watching know I am first person that'll be like, Austin Reaves, trade him, whatever, right? But I want to be fair because he has been very good this season, right? I don't want to flip on him yet. But that is something that we definitely need to keep an eye on. That is something that he has done historically and has had an issue with. And was this just a bad game and everyone had a bad game and he just didn't show up? Find out. Right? We're going to play OKC 3 more times, so we're going to see. So I want to give him the benefit of the doubt. I don't want to overreact, but that was not a good look. And people are saying pay Reaves. Again, I don't want to overreact yet. That wasn't a good look, though. Terrible loss. Yeah, you're not wrong, Daniel. What's going on, buddy? Trade Reaves wise value is high at a all-time high. Get a 3-and-D win. The problem is you can't, like, it's hard to get the value that makes sense. And the Lakers aren't a team that wants a bunch of assets, right? Could you find a team that like would give you 4 or 5 firsts and like a young guy? Sure. Right. But like, that's not what the Lakers need. Like the Lakers need very specifics, right? If you're going to trade Austin Reaves right now, this season, then you want to get a player that can help you get closer to a championship while also getting, assets or pieces or whatever to then go make that other move. Right. Like problem is finding that. Lakers might not have a choice. They might have to wait till the offseason to sign and trade him because now you have a $40 million, contract, or even if it's $30 million that a team's willing to pay him, whatever. I don't know, bro. Yeah, I get it. Believe me, I get it. I'm not mad at this loss. Honestly, just mad we lost bad. Yeah, look, like I said, losses happen. If it would have been a hard fought game and they just took an L, no problems. I would have been like, hey, it was a good loss. Happens. Get them on the next one. Right? They just got getting dog walked. They got absolutely smacked. Lakers have no system, no athletes, and no clue. They definitely have a system. Lakers, kid, it's not the pendulum sleep. I know. I appreciate you. You're my guy, but come on. Let's not get crazy now. Again, Lakers have a system. Lakers are a very good basketball team. Athletes, yes, they struggle with. Do they have a clue? Yes. But again, this is what OKC does. Like, again, Lakers have systems. JJ Redick is actually very good play designer. Very good. He's actually one of the best in the league. And that's not my opinion. You can go look up the metrics yourself. Lakers have a very good system. Again, you're only as good as the players you have. This was Luka and Austin's first bad game, and it was against the best team in the league. Chill with the slander right now. Yeah, it happens. I don't want to overreact yet, but this is frustrating. I don't know why. Something about OKC annoys the hell out of me. It's not like they have any dirty players or anything, but it's annoying to see a team get dominated like this. It's because they do it to everybody. They're just that good, There's levels of this. You're not wrong. Absolutely. Tyler, man. AR Lucas Smart pissed me off. Why do they insist on chucking threes when that's not their shot? Only dude on the roster who needs to shoot a bunch of threes is Rui. Everyone else needs to create better. Probably because you're down 40 and you're trying to hope once you get to a certain point, you're just kind of hoping you get hot because that's the only way you're going to get back in it. Like it's frustrating to see, right? But like when you're down 25, you like the only way you're getting back in that game is, especially against a team as good as OKC, is you just get hot. Like Luka hits 5 straight threes, and then hopefully, where there's smoke, there's fire. Or like, you'll see like one guy gets hot and then the entire team gets hot. Like that's what you're hoping for. I don't like it early on. Like I don't like that when like you got a tight game. Like if Lakers were down 7 and you're just jacking 3 after, like that starts to piss me off. But when Lakers are down 25, it's like you might as well just let them fly. You're just kind of hoping that. No way in hell I'm paying Reaves max money. He's a foul baiter. That's why you either got to sign and trade him or you might not have a choice. This game exposed our lack of depth. Yeah, need guys back for sure. And this was the OKC's backups, Dart and Williams, both out. So they had 2 guys out. You're talking about their backups. Oh my God. The stretches that people come up with again. And I love how you just ignored the guys that the Lakers have out. Lakers can't score. When the defense intensifies, everyone vanishes. I mean, look, we've seen them score against good defense, especially Luka. I mean, Luka didn't just magically just become terrible because of this game. But OKC, again, this is OKC. This is what they do. They swarm, they defend, that's their team is perfectly built for the modern NBA and especially the regular season. I've said it for years. Lakers if you just put like 3 hyper athletic guys, right? Like Adu, Thero, and 2 more, if you could clone him twice and you just put him on this team, you'd be amazed what that could do for at least the regular season. Right? Like having athleticism helps. Why do you think the young teams are usually the teams that are like at the top, right? Like unless you're just like that good, right? Like they're usually, or there's at least that outlier. Like Sacramento a couple years ago was like the 2 seed. Memphis was the 2 seed, right? Like because they're young, they're athletic, they can push the pace, they can like you can do so much with just having a bunch of hyper athletes, right? Atlanta. Lakers, I mean, you look at that Atlanta lineup and you look at the Lakers and it's just like, man, Lakers should beat this team by 50. And they got smacked and they got smoked. Why? Because they have the athleticism. They can just push the pace. Like athleticism solves a lot. Because then you add in that athleticism with the effort and the energy and the defense and everything else and your ability to switch and get back and do all that stuff, push the pace and get in transition, right? Like generate easy buckets, right? Like it all kind of compounds. With Braun, we win by 5. I don't think we win this game, but I don't think we get smoked the way we did. I'm not going to lie. Andrew Wiggins is not fixing that. Again, you're not talking just Andrew Wiggins. You're talking Andrew Wiggins, talking LeBron James. Ideally, if you can go get another piece, right? That game got out of hand. Like a game like that, again, if you look at it, if you just look at that game in a nutshell, you're like, yeah, you need to basically burn this whole team down and start over, right? Trade everybody not named Luka. But the reality is that, you have LeBron, the game probably doesn't get as out of hand early on. LeBron starts to see like, hey, we're struggling, Reaves struggling, things like that. You also have guys like Andrew Wiggins, who is athletic, can hit the 3 ball, can self-create, can initiate if you need to. They're putting all the pressure on Luka and Austin Reaves. All right, fine. Then have Andrew Wiggins initiate, right? Like again, when you're in a game where you're playing 5-on-5, one guy can change a lot, right? Like, Andrew Wiggins, again, is a guy that can go get you 18, can shoot the basketball, can self-create, can knock down the 3 ball, but also defend all these guys, defend out on the perimeter, chase down those loose balls, gives you that athleticism. You add in LeBron James. LeBron James comes in. He's got the defense. He's got the athleticism. He can be our defensive anchor. He can hit the 3 ball. He can do, self-create and create for others and, be that initiator. Hey, Austin Reaves and Luka Doncic struggling with the basketball. Okay, give me the rock. I'll bring the ball. Like, now you start adding in all those factors, right? And then you add in come playoff time. Pace is slow down. Whistle dries up, right? So now your size can become more of an advantage, right? Like all those things start to take its place. Are we not beating OKC or Denver playing like playing like this? Yes, absolutely. In order to make the finals, we have to get through OKC. Also, where is AJ Mitchell coming from? Where do they find these type of players? Dude, they have like 3 guys this year that have really just like emerged this season for them. I mean, ideally, realistically, you probably have to go through OKC. You never know. Somebody else could beat them, get the matchup. But again, playoffs are very different. You saw it last year with OKC in the playoffs, right? They were doing the same thing that you see right now, and they got in the playoffs and they almost lost a couple times, right? Denver has more than 4 healthy players. Denver probably beats them if Tyrese Halliburton doesn't get hurt, right? Like Tyrese Halliburton probably beats them, and that's 2 very different play styles, everything, right? So again, you get LeBron back, you get in the playoffs. Playoffs better suited for guys like Luka and LeBron and Reaves, even if Reaves can actually play. Like there's factors that go into it, but Lakers definitely need to address some things, and Rob Pelinka needs to address our bench. Then you got to keep in mind about the bench is like our bench is not. We've been dead last in bench points, but context is important, right? Rui is probably coming off the bench. Right, so there's 15 to 17 a game off the bench. Jake LaRavia off the bench, right? He finds a role. He'll probably get more consistent as the season progresses. Start adding those guys to the bench. Half the guys that have been starting all season are going to be coming off the bench. What will you do, Tyler, when LeBron comes back? Same starting lineup? Yeah, you just swap Rui for LeBron. Keep Marcus Smart in the lineup. Bro, we are 8-4, and the net rating is what barely positive. Oh, that's kind of a bad sign. But again, you got to keep in mind net rating is the total process, like thus far. You haven't had LeBron, you haven't had Luka and Austin Reaves for half of those games. Yeah, haven't had half your like defensive player stuff. Like miss Marcus Smart for some of those games, right? Like, again, all of that context is important. Like LeBron, you don't think LeBron is going to be a difference maker? Like, of course he is, right? Like. There's a lot of things. Luka's shot selection frustrates me at times. Until he starts making all of it, and then you're kind of like, it's just one of those things. You live with lives with the good, you live with the bad. He does settle for threes a lot. You're not wrong. But in a game like this, you're down 20. It's like you're hoping you get hot. Lakers aren't there yet. Clearly, doesn't mean that they won't get there. Just today, they didn't look like it. Really hope that this doesn't turn into a Denver situation where we can never get over the hump against them. I mean, we beat them. We should have beaten them twice in a row. You got to remember, we ran through them last year in OKC at home. Right? Like, again, Lakers can beat them. This is one game. I don't want to overreact, but this was not great. OKC didn't even have their best defensive player out there in Lou Dort or Williams. We are so far behind OKC. Again, context important. Like, I don't. You also see a lot of times, like guys will come back and the team like is actually worse, right? Like, and you're like, why? Like, they should be better with these guys because again, so many variables now go into that. Now J-Dub has to get shots. It's his first game back. So does he start to struggle? So now, the shots that other guys are hitting aren't getting that. And he's, 1 of 7. So like, again, there's so many factors that go into things. You can't take, like certain things, like, like I said, Lakers could maybe have won this game. LeBron goes and puts up a 35-point triple-double and, plays some defensive, puts on the cape. Maybe the Lakers win this game. But also, Lakers might have gotten, if it's his first game back, might have gotten blown out even more because you're trying to force feed LeBron and all. Like, again, there's so many variables, so many things. It's hard to just be like, oh man, it's because we didn't have that, or you did. Like, again, they could have had J-Dub and Lou Dort and might have lost because they were out. They were supposed to be out, right? Like, and you're the way you're playing is completely different with J-Dub and Lou Dort compared to the other guys, right? The guys that got hot that you on a normal night aren't going to get hot, right? Like, does Alex Caruso have 19 and get 7 field goal attempts for a guy that usually is only averaging 3? Isaiah Joe, does he score 21 and hit 40%, 4 out of 10 3? Like, all of these things become a factor, right? So it's hard to just go like, oh man, this was without these guys. Like, who knows how that would have played out, right? Because again, you're talking now J-Dub. Like, what if J-Dub has a terrible game, right? And they're still trying to feed him the basketball because they're trying to get him going or whatever, right? And that keeps it closer. So now the Lakers can get in the game, right? What happened? Lakers, y'all still think the Lakers can win a title without LeBron? I mean, again, maybe not on this channel, other channels for sure. No trades needed. Every team in the NBA are getting blown out this year. It has nothing to do with them getting blown out. I couldn't disagree more. Anthony, appreciate you as always, buddy. Lakers need trade. I've talked about it since the offseason. I talked about it in preseason. I've talked about it even when the Lakers were, running through everybody and on that 5-game win streak. Lakers have clear needs that need to be addressed. And it's been issues for years, right? Like, it has nothing to do with them getting blown out by OKC. Like I said, it's not like, oh, these issues just arose because of the OKC game. No, these are issues that have been apparent for a while now, even in the Atlanta game. Right? They need to address their two-way capabilities. Right? Lakers really lack athleticism, speed out on the perimeter defense as a whole, and just two-way capabilities. They need that. Can they win a championship without it? Sure. Now you get the right things kind of fall your way. Sure. You get the right matchups. Guys show up at the right times, hit the right shot. Hit the right shots, do all that stuff. Sure. But if you want to put yourself in the best position to win, be able to compete with these teams, I don't think you need a complete roster rehaul, like I said. I don't think you need, hey, we got to go get 5 guys or something like that. No, but you need at least 1 or 2 guys, if not maybe kind of, a tier, like 3 kind of tier below guys. Keep in mind, OKC owns Clippers draft pick. I know OKC. This is the last one too, if I'm not mistaken, right? But OKC they're so set up, it's ridiculous. Let me see, where am I? Every time I buy in the Lakers hype, I always get humbled. We finished as a 3 seed last year into the playoffs. I think the Lakers go far if they don't play Minnesota. Look, I said it all, like that entire, what was it, like week and a half, 2 weeks before we got the OKC matchup, when it was like, hey, it's either going to be OKC or the Warriors. Again, go back and watch the tape. I just kept saying, I do not want them. I do not want them. Give me the Warriors. Do not give me Minnesota. Minnesota was the worst matchup we could have played. Everyone kept telling me I was an idiot. And again, one of us was right. I did not want to play the War or the Timberwolves. There we go. God. Obviously, if we had to go through them at some point, I wanted to play them in the conference finals. I think if we would avoid it, I would have rather have played Denver than play Minnesota. I just thought Minnesota was the worst matchup for the Lakers. You have no center. That's like all they have an abundance of. Their athleticism, their speed, that was the worst. Like, I think we would have matched up better how we played them in the conference finals, because you would have figured some stuff out. There was just too much the Lakers needed to figure out to beat a team that is that difficult of a matchup, right? You play the Warriors. Lakers would have had a lot of advantages in areas that I think they would have been able, even while they're trying to figure stuff out, would have been able to overcome. But yeah, that playoff matchup was, in my opinion, was the worst. Let's see. Rui runs like he has cemented shoes. I've talked about that. I've literally said, like Rui looks like he's like stuck in cement at times. Like, let's see. This game was hard to watch, but it was brutal. Absolutely brutal. Trade Dalton. Hopefully his stock goes up. I'm hoping he kind of wakes up a little bit. I mean, like I said, might be a little over optimistic, but I'm hoping that maybe he'll hit some shots. Sorry, trying to find something real quick. Let's see. Water is wet. The sure knows how to get things going. Let's see. Dang. Man, there we go. Man, what the F happened? I seen the score and was like, Luka must not been playing, and seeing he only had 7. I say, oh nah, I ain't watching this. The bench needs attention though. Again, bench part of things, like I think that corrects itself naturally. But yeah, that was a rough game. That was definitely a rough game. We'll see how that goes. Bronny was a +6, even with his bad shooting. Duke can play defense. Yeah, I mean, it's just, again, his athleticism, his defense out on the perimeter, his ability as a ball pressured guard, his ability as a just point of attack guard. All of that matters. I noticed we struggle against athleticism badly. It showed in that Hawks game and today against OKC. Yep. I mean, I did the breakdown video going in Atlanta. I said that I thought the Lakers would win the game, but I said if Atlanta is going to win that game, it's going to be because X, Y, and Z. And Lakers struggle against athleticism, and they have the defense, and Dyson Daniels still playing, and all these other guys. Like, that could get out of here fast. Or that could get ugly fast, and it did. Let's see. Vando should start instead of Smart. He's the better defender. He gives more rebounding. He almost scores just as much. Yeah, I mean, look, I talked about Jared Vanderbilt as a starter before. I personally, and I even said this it might have been the last live stream. Somebody asked something about the starting 5, and I said that I personally would still, and I know it's tough because Austin Reaves played so well, I still personally would start Marcus Smart and Jared Vanderbilt. If I had my way, the starting 5, again, that doesn't necessarily have to be the closing 5, but the starting 5 would be Luka, Marcus Smart, Jared Vanderbilt, or Jake LaRavia, either one. But I'd probably go with Jared Vanderbilt, LeBron James, and DeAndre Ayton. Personally, that would be my starters. And then you can kind of close as much as however you want. As much as I like Reaves, leaning towards trading him. Like I said, you might have to, depending on how things shape up. But like I said, I want to be fair to him. I want to give him an opportunity to kind of correct some stuff. Let's see. Trying to find something to meet. With how we struggled against Charlotte in the first half, I knew we was going to lose against OKC. Wouldn't surprise me if we lose to the Bucks come Saturday. It's going to be interesting to see if the Lakers even play their guys against the Bucks. But I do expect them to beat the Pelicans. They should beat the Pelicans, yes. But the Bucks, I don't even know if they'll play everybody against the Bucks because they like to. They're kind of managing everybody's minutes right now. You surround Luka and AR. You surround Luka and AR with athletes. All 4 losses had those players that exposed that. Sadiq Bey and Herb Jones would be a good trade. Yeah, I mean, you need it. You have to. If you're going to have Luka and Austin Reaves, you need 2 guys that can navigate screens, defend out on the perimeter, hit open shots. You need 2-way guys. Like I've talked about it, broken down in videos, all that stuff. Like people keep asking, Tyler, why do you always talk about trades? Why you keep bringing up trades outside of I like to explore things, and this is a fan channel, because we need them, right? Like, again, we need them. Like, if we didn't need them, if this Lakers team was a perfect team, I probably wouldn't talk about it as much. Let's see. Bronny was a +6 tonight. and he's a +8 on the season. He could have been used for defense before the game was out of hand. That's not a joke. I mean, as far as his ball pressure and being like, he's done a really good job this season of just being that defensive on ball pressure type of guard. I look, I've been a fan of his this season. The shot, I trust that'll come around. Like I've even talked about like on the offense at least. If you watch Bronny, he's getting his shot off and he's getting to his spots offensively, which is very impressive. There's a lot of guys in the league that can't get to their spots and self-create and all that stuff. Bronny can already. Problem is he just doesn't have that touch, right? He's got to get the touch shooting wise. He's usually a little too short or he's a little too, a little too hard, right? Like pause, right? It's usually, he's got to get that shooter's touch. Once he gets that shooter's touch, man, he might be a problem, like a legit two-way guy. I'm not saying he's going to be, prime LeBron, but he might be a problem because, like I said, he's already getting to his spots. He's already shown the ability to create dribble penetration. He's already shown basically everything that you want to see as far as like being a lead guard. Oh yeah, and by the way, he's probably our best on-ball defensive guard on the team. Also, Rui needs to be the sixth man behind Bron. I think he will be. Lakers shoot too many threes for their own good. Why? Teams allowing them to because they're 21st in the league. Yeah. I mean, like I said, this game, you kind of, like I said, you're kind of praying and hoping you get hot. But in general, yes. Drop that Sacramento video tonight. Problem is, it's too late. By the time I do this live stream, it just won't get the views, and then it's just not worth it. Like, start getting in the late evening. Levine and Ellis possible. So I know I've been a big Levine guy over the years, but like I said, the moment we got Luka Doncic, Zach Levine made less sense. If Zach Levine was to get bought out, sure, I'd be more than happy to bring him in. You kind of figure that out. But to trade for Levine, no. You stay away from Levine. He's just making too much money as far as the trade goes. Before you had Luka, when you had Anthony Davis, the previous regime, with Dorian Finney-Smith, also Lakers badly, and I mean badly, needed over-the-top shooting and self-shot creation, right? Because LeBron and Anthony Davis, yes, they can shoot over the top, but it's not really their game. It's not their preferred game. It's not what they want to do. They're not jump shooters, right? They can take jump shots, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they're jump shooters. They really needed a guy. They needed athleticism out on the perimeter. They needed a guy that could self-create, but also be able to play off ball, which Zach Levine was one of the best catch and shoot. I don't know what he is this year because I haven't really looked into it as much as I did when I wanted the Lakers to get him. But he was one of the best catch and shoot three-point shooters in all of basketball, right? Lakers needed that consistency, that scoring, that off-ball shooting, that athleticism. They needed a guy like Zach Levine. That's why I was so high on Zach Levine. Now that you have Luka, and especially the way Austin Reaves is playing minus this game, you don't need Zach Levine. Like I said, if he gets bought out, beautiful. Keon Ellis, though, that I would do whatever I had to do to get him. He is exactly what this Lakers team needs. Exactly what this Lakers team needs. Kessler and Beal and Dorian Finney-Smith, Lakers wanted them all, and now they're all hurt. Kessler and Beal done for the year. Yes. Just crazy how things play out. It's crazy how things work. But it's also always one of those things like, does that happen if they're on the Lakers? If the timeline changes, right? Does that change? Detroit 10-2, Phoenix 7-5. The Phoenix being pretty good this year is a little surprising. I thought they were still going to be dog water, still early, but they've been a little, not much better, but they've been a little better than at least Tyler finally owning being the number one reason. Yeah, Devin Booker's been great. All right, I'm gonna do a couple more questions and skate on out of here. If AR had a team like Phoenix with D'Antoni, they would low key be a bigger Nash. I mean, he didn't. Steve Nash had like insane vision and his better 3-point shot. Like I don't know about that, but he and Nash was really good at the look ahead pass, the push pass. Austin Reaves he's getting better at it, but he's not quite that yet. So let me see. Let's do a couple more. Let's see. Reaves and Rui need to come off the bench. We need defense. Smart and Vando need to start when LeBron comes back. I would do that. Problem is that the Lakers won't. JJ's not. Austin Reaves has been playing too good. He's not going to bring them off. Lakers slowly shows who really they are. Badly need a two-way guy and athleticism. Miss LeBron. Yes, Lakers need it. So you didn't watch the game, huh? Would you take Al Simmons over Reaves? Al Simmons? Ben Simmons? Ayton needs to post up better. His post ups are too soft. Needs to be more like in a Shaq aggressively. It's every setter. It's just not how Ayton's built. Now, even when he's at his best, he's not that guy. He's not built to be that like just dominant interior, like just hammer, put everybody through the rim type guy. He is more of a finesse center. He is more of that athletic kind of mobile center, which is why he works so well with Luka, right? Because that's the kind of center Luka wants. Luka doesn't necessarily want a center pack in the paint. It'd be nice to get a guy like that, but and we had a good shooter, shot creator who's 6'8" that can defend like Vando. Yeah. They need to post Rui up more too. Luka ball hogs too much, man. I mean, he's one of the highest usage players ever. So, why do people react to one game? Lakers will beat the Thunder this year. The Thunder were 8-point favorites, and they were at home. Yeah, Lakers, like I said, I don't think it's panic mode. It's the pendulum swing. They'll be all right. I do think that this is a good barometer. I don't think the Lakers are quite there yet, but I think they'll be fine. This is not AAR theme. Atlanta put the belt because they have athletes besides OKC and defending champs. Losses like this will build character. Yeah. Lakers struggle against on-ball pressure, defense, athleticism. Lakers are too careless with the ball. They do not value possessions. Into the third, had an opportunity for the last shot with 18 seconds left, but Laravia takes a shot in 8 seconds, and OKC comes down and made a three. Yeah, it's understanding. It's situational awareness. You said it yourself, valuing possessions. Caruso or Smart? Who's better to have? I mean, Caruso. I'd rather Caruso's just that dude's ridiculous. Marcus Smart you could argue is more savvy, right? Like some of the things that Marcus Smart does is just like wow, but Caruso's just like that dude's just insane. Let's see. Are we that far away from competing against OKC? Nah, not. I don't think we're 40-point difference, but Lakers do have a little ways, right? Lakers do have work to do. They still need a little ways. They'll be fine. You have to have athletes that can shoot because you can zone athletic players, and then you shut down their athleticism. Yeah, I'm talking. That's why I was mentioning throughout the regular season. Once you get the playoffs, that becomes a lot harder. But during the regular season, again, just adding athletes, you can get through a lot. But then you see, like that's why guys like Jared Vanderbilt, they just kind of, like you mentioned, boxman. Brutal game tonight, Tyler. I was at the movie scene Back to the Future in theaters again, so thankfully I didn't have to watch the game. I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all. Okay, you are the GM. What's the move you are making for a deep playoff push? A couple things. One, I would wait to see like when LeBron comes back, things like that. But the clear needs that I don't think will change regardless is you need perimeter defense, two-way shooting, and athleticism. So whoever becomes available, because you got to keep in mind, there's a lot of factors. It's easy to go like, oh, go get Giannis, right? Like, no, but who's available? What like how many pieces do we need? When LeBron comes back, how much is he able to mask? Right? Like, how does this team start to flow together? Is Austin Reaves kind of become phased out? Like, there's still a lot that you need to see before you know exactly what, like, okay, we need, because we might just need, hey, go get an Andrew Wiggins and you're good, right? It could be go get an Andrew Wiggins, we need another shot, go get a Keon Ellis and Malik Monk because we're about to trade Austin Reeves for a Jaden McDaniels or something like that, right? Like, again, it depends on, there's factors that still are in play. But from a surface level, Lakers need two-way capabilities. So if I'm the Lakers, I'm looking at guys, ideally, guys like Miles Bridges. Can you get somebody like that can self-create, hit shots, play on ball, play off ball, but also young enough to be a long-term piece, got athleticism, can play either forward spot, give you the versatility, guys like Herb Jones, guys like that. I'm doing whatever I can to try to get those kind of guys. Can I get another kind of like minor? Can I go get a Keon Ellis? Can I get if not a Keon Ellis, can I get like a Matisse Thybulle, right? I think you need, if you can get a high-end kind of two-way guy, a Wiggins, a Bridges, a Herb, and then like a mid-tier kind of two-way guy. Again, Keon Ellis, Matisse Thybulle, Haywood Highsmith, right? Guys like that. Max Christie back, right? Najee Marshall, right? Guys like that. If you can get somebody like that, then I think the Lakers are where you need to be. So those would be the things that I'd be focusing on right now if I was the Lakers. But I would first want to kind of still see a couple things before I jump the gun. If I was the GM, right? It's one thing to talk about it. It's one thing to make videos and explore it. It's another thing to actually, like, hey, I'm the GM. I need to make a move. I still value patience. Like, if you're familiar with me in this channel and stuff like that, what do I always say? Patience. No trade is better than a bad trade, right? Patience has to pay off. But, so I'd still be patient. But I wish we had like Minnesota's roster, but with LeBron and Luka. If we had Minnesota's roster with LeBron and Luka, like, if you gave me Jaden McDaniels, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, because you can see OKC or not OKC, Minnesota really missing that. Give me like a Jaden McDaniels, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, and then have like Luka. I mean, you could even keep Ayton. Yeah, have like Luka, Ayton, and LeBron. Lakers are probably the best team in basketball. Yeah. So basically, just give me Nickeil. Just give me a guy like Nickeil Alexander-Walker, and then Jaden McDaniels. Lakers are probably the best team in basketball. All right, let's try it. Let's find one more. Then I'm gonna get out of here. The crazy thing we still haven't seen Dude there will play. Yeah, but like I said, I never want to put a young man in a box. This is a good place to end. I never want to put a young man in a box ever, right? We don't know what a Dude there will be. We've seen rookies come in and make an immediate impact and be unbelievable. We've seen rookies, clearly look like they need a couple years. You got to keep in mind, 36 pick, hasn't played in months. I don't want to be reliant on him, right? We need to see him play. We need to see what he can bring. We need to see what he can do. And if he can do some things, beautiful, chef kiss. If he can solve some of the Lakers' issues, beautiful, chef kiss. But I don't want to have to put all our eggs in a Adu Thero basket, right? If he can be an add-on and an additional guy, then that would be great. But, again, we'll see how this all plays out. But anyway, I appreciate you guys. You guys are beautiful. You guys are awesome. Like I said, I'm going to skate on out of here, get some videos done. Still got a little editing and stuff before I am able to go to bed. Tough loss, frustrating loss. Got to bounce back, right? It's that simple. But Everyone that gave me super chats, thank you so much. Seriously, it helps me out a ton. You have no idea. Everybody that was here, I greatly appreciate you. Seriously, you guys are beautiful. You guys are awesome. Hit that like button on your way out. Hit that subscribe button on the way out. And let's get this bounce back against the Pelicans, and then hopefully guys play against the Bucks so we can rattle off 2 straight wins. But see ya.